This question comes from Max, who asks, what if the Big Bang never happened? At first, it might sound like pure speculation, but the implications are staggering.
The Big Bang is the event that created not just matter and energy, but space and time itself. Without it, the universe as we know it would simply not exist. There would be no stars, no planets, no galaxies, no life, not even empty space.
In fact, asking what would exist without the Big Bang is almost meaningless, because even the concept of before relies on time created by that event. If we try to imagine an alternative scenario, we might picture a static universe, eternal and unchanging. But a static universe presents its own problems. Without an initial expansion, matter wouldn't spread out to form galaxies. Gravity would likely dominate, pulling everything into dense clumps or collapsing it into singularities. The cosmos could have been a featureless void or an endless cloud of unformed particles frozen in time.
Energy itself would behave differently. Without the Big Bang, there would be no cosmic microwave background radiation, no leftover heat from a primordial explosion. Temperature differences across the universe, which drive the formation of structures like stars and planets, wouldn't exist. Quantum fluctuations, which seeded the density variations necessary for galaxies, might never have occurred.
No Big Bang also means no expansion of the universe. The Hubble constant, the rate at which galaxies move away from each other, would be zero. Everything would be stationary.
There would be no cosmological redshift to measure, no distant supernovae to study, no observable universe stretching across billions of light years. Astronomy as we know it would be impossible. Life, of course, depends on the Big Bang. Without it, there would be no hydrogen, helium, or heavier elements forged in stars.
No planets would form, and no chemistry could take place to produce the building blocks of life.
Even hypothetical forms of life based on alternative physics would struggle, because the necessary conditions for complexity would likely never exist. Some scientists have speculated about alternate cosmologies. Maybe a universe could exist in a steady state, constantly creating matter as it expands, like in the old steady-state theory. Or perhaps a cyclical universe, collapsing and rebounding indefinitely, might replace the singular Big Bang.
Even then, these scenarios require some form of initial energy or mechanism to drive expansion, meaning the universe without a beginning is a very strange and unstable concept.
Time itself would be different. Without the Big Bang, the arrow of time, the direction in which events unfold, might not exist.
Entropy would be constant, and cause and effect relationships could break down. In such a universe, the idea of history, evolution, or even change would be meaningless.
Every moment might be identical, frozen in an eternal, lifeless equilibrium. Cosmic structure would be radically altered. No galaxies means no stars, no black holes, no planetary systems.
Even if some form of matter existed, it might clump randomly or remain uniformly dispersed. Gravity would still act, but without expansion, collapse might dominate, leading to a cold, dense void or chaotic clusters of particles.
In short, a universe without the Big Bang is unrecognizable. It's not just that Earth, the Sun, or the Milky Way wouldn't exist. Space and time themselves would be undefined.
Physics as we know it relies on the expansion and evolution of the universe. Without it, the rules we depend on to describe reality would break down entirely.
So the Big Bang isn't just the start of the universe, it's the foundation of existence itself. Without it, there's no light, no motion, no change, no life, and perhaps no way to even conceive of a universe. Thinking about a cosmos without the Big Bang is like trying to imagine a color that doesn't exist. Conceptually, it's almost impossible.
In the end, the Big Bang didn't just make the universe, it made everything that allows us to ask these questions in the first place.
No explosion, no galaxies, no Earth, no us. The universe, without the Big Bang, would be an eternal blank canvas, vast, silent, and completely lifeless.